So guys, good morning guys. Please put your attention here in this conversation. So we are going to do, from now on we are going to do UFT, Unified Functional Testing Automation, for the remaining of this class today. We have already discussed some interview questions, and I'm going to, by Tuesday, I'm going to send you, I have over 100 interview questions here. I'm going to do a little bit double check on this interview questions, and then I'm going to send you this all of these interview questions. But um, now, before I go for that UFT, um, you know, automation discussion, I want to tell you that if you take a look, what do I have here in my computer? Do I have this virtual machine? Do I have UFT in this virtual machine? Do I have UFT installed? No, right? Yeah, no icon. Now, if you go there, can you see I have shared my C drive? And in the C drive, if you go like this, C drive is from my base machine. And in the C drive, if you take a look, file to be transferred, and then there is a folder called virtual box. Over there, I have UFT. So I'm taking that UFT. I'm taking that UFT from my C drive that is in my base computer, and I'm putting it here. In this, I'm creating a new folder inside my virtual machine, and I'm putting temp. I'm giving a, you can give any name. I'm giving name as temporary software, and I'm putting it here. So what am I doing here? From the base machine, I'm taking the UFT software to this virtual machine, because if you want to install UFT, if you want to install UFT, it will have to be in your virtual machine, right? We are not installing UFT on our base machine. Why? Because after a certain amount of time it will be expired, and once it is expired, if you install it in your base machine, you will not be able to install it one more time. You cannot remove your base operating system. So that's why we have created a virtual operating system inside VirtualBox, where we are installing UFT. So once UFT will be expired, we have saved that VDI file somewhere. So let's say now let me show everyone, put your attention here. So now I have created a virtual drive. I have created a shared drive from my base machine, from where I have copied the software to the virtual machine, right? Got it? Now I'm going to shut it down. And after shutting it down, what I'm going to do is, remember that this virtual machine, right, we have created. If you go to your C drive in the base machine, if you go to your users folder in the base machine, if you go to your user name, you will see that there is a folder called VirtualBox VMs. And inside the VirtualBox VMs, if you take a look, what is the name of your operating system? Windows 7. You will see there is a Windows 7 folder. Inside that folder, you will see there is a orange file, windows 7.vdi. I'm going to copy this. Before I install UFT, guys, remember, I copied UFT to the virtual machine. I didn't install it yet. Make sense? And I have created a location, shared location from my base machine. After doing all of the stuff, now I am copying this VDI file and putting it in a safe location. So I have a location here, VirtualBox. I'm putting that here. Now this VDI file, like I'm saving it in a particular location. The purpose is, now if I install UFT on this virtual machine, then which VDI will be impacted? This one or the other one? Other one, which is inside users folder, inside VirtualBox VMs. Here, this one will be impacted. This VDI will be impacted if I install UFT. But the VDI that I have moved somewhere else here, will this be impacted if I install UFT on the virtual machine, this VDI? No, this one is intact. This one is not in VirtualBox. This was in my base machine. You got it? So I put my VDI file in a different location, so that when I'm going to install UFT on this virtual operating system, so that when the UFT will be expired, I can just come here, take this VDI file and put it in the users folder. UFT will be gone. UFT will be gone. So no, it will be replaced. It will be replaced automatically. You do not have to delete it. Now let me just wait for this copying to be done, and in the meantime let me give a pause to the recording. Let's take a look here. Can you see that now I have created a backup copy of this VDI file here, right? Now I'll be going to my virtual operating system. So when the virtual operating system will be started, then I'm going to install UFT. Now, can you see fresh? I do not have anything here, right? Now I'm going to go to my C drive in my virtual operating system. I have two C drive. This is from the base machine. This is from the virtual machine. So before I installed, I created a copy. Now inside Temsoft, I have this UFT, right? I'm going to start the installation. So I'm going to click yes to start the installation. I'm going to say next, and I'll let it continue installing. Now I'm going to say OK here. It will have to be installing some of the component. So it is. Hmm? Yes, I have already installed that KB file. Because of that, one of the support file that was not installed in this machine, I had to stop execution. Now I'll have to get that support file, that KB. You will be able to download it from internet. So I'm going to take this to my virtual machine, and first of all I'll have to install that KB. And then if I go to my virtual machine, I'll be this is the file that I need to take to my virtual machine. Now I'll be installing that one first. So this is a support file was missing here, so I got it from internet, or I got it from another place, and then I'm installing it. You can download it by, if you search for this file name, right, you'll get it from internet. So this KB installation is done. Now I'm going to start the UFT installation again, and hopefully it will not extract one more time. It is already extracted, so it will be quicker at this point. So I'm going to, it seems like I'll have to start the installation again. I have started it. Next. So since my installation is done, right, what I'll have to do, I'm going to start this software, and you will see that. So basically UFT, why UFT is for UFT is for again functional automation. Functional automation, and it is a licensed vendor tool, very expensive license tool, and you will have to purchase it. So to use it. So we are using a trial version here that we will get 2 months. So can you see continue? I have 60 days, so I am clicking on continue. Now see here, based on your installation, right? Based on your installation, it will give you option, okay, what application. If you are working on mobile application, then you will be selecting mobile add-in. I'm not going to install on work on mobile application at the moment. This web is for web application, and this WPF is for Windows application. Remember, this tool, by using Selenium, you can automate only web application, www application, worldwide web application. But by this tool, you can automate client server applications or applications like Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, or Windows application. Those application you can automate it by using this tool. Does it make sense? Mobile application as well, you can automate mobile application by using both tool, by using this one and the Selenium. But so I'm going to keep web and WPF. Remember, this WPF is for Windows application, and I'm going to say okay. And please make progress with your installation, otherwise you will not be able to practice it in your home. Okay. Yeah, now you can see that this is the applications initial window, right? You can see there is a menu bar here again, like Selenium, file save, new, opens, all of this stuff here, right? So I'm going to say file, new, and I'm going to say new test, new, and new test. Now here, remember that you can do API testing, you can do different kind of testing, but we are doing graphical user interface based testing, like we will be interacting with the object in the application. So that's why I'm saying GUI test here. And then before you save it, you will be putting it in a particular place. So let's say that you are changing your location where you want to save this. Got it? So I'm going to save it in a, can you see I have a folder, temporary folder. So can you see this temp soft? I'm going to put all of my code here. Let's say I'm going to create a folder called code and select. So I have selected my folder where I want to save it, and I'm going to give a name of this. Let's say my first UFT script, and then I'm going to say create. So as I said, we can test Windows application and web application by this tool. I'm going to show you a little bit of Windows. Like you already have done a lot of web application automation by using Selenium, right? I'm going to start with Windows a little bit in this one, like how Windows application looks like and how you can do a little bit work by using this UFT tool, right? Now, if you take a look, remember in Java, your execution starts from main method, right? If you do not have test.ng, it starts from main. But here in UFT, your execution will be started from your action 1. Whenever you open a test, there will be a action 1 folder, and from that is where your execution is going to be started. From where? From action 1. Okay. Now, how is it installation? Is it restarting again? So now, API testing is a different kind of testing where you do not use graphical user interface. Instead, you send backend request to the application. You go another route to get the application data. Now, here, so in UFT, where does your execution starts from? Action 1. Does it make sense? Your execution starts from action 1. Now, if you see, if you go to all programs, right, and if you go to we have installed microfocus, right? Microfocus UFT. Now, if you go there, can you see there are some sample application? Sample application, can you see this folder? Sample application, you go to that folder. Now, in sample application, right, you will see there is a tool, silent test runner. There is a sample application. You will see that um, let me go there. This sample application, right? Can you see this flight GUI application? Flight GUI. That is where we are going to do some testing. Okay. Now, where will you get that flight GUI application, right? If you go to your virtual machine, and then if you go to your C drive, if you go to your C drive, and then if you go to your program files, and then you will see there is a folder called microfocus, and inside there we have unified functional testing, and then here you will see there will be a folder samples, right? And then inside sample, can you see flights application, right? Go to flight application, and can you see this flight API? If you start this flight API, then it basically we do not want to go to that flight API. So let me go to flight GUI. Now can you see this is the application look like? Does it look like a website? Does it look like a website? No, it is a, if you click on it, right, it is a Windows application. It is not a web application. Make sense? Now, how will you start this application from UFT, right? So to start this application, again, you will have to write your code here in your action. And to start an application, your code is system util dot run. Is it not clear yet? One second. When you have installed UFT, with UFT there is a sample application called flight application, and inside flight application there is a flights GUI, right? We are going to start that flight GUI by UFT. Now, where is your code starts from action 1, and system util, if you do dot, you will see there is a method called run. Now what do you want to run? So if you put that file, where is that file located? You want to run this one, the file that you want to run is in that location. Yeah, you copy the path, and then here, what is the name of that file? Flights GUI, right? Let me take this name from here, right? Flights GUI. So I'm going to run this application. So I copy the path, and then now if you run it, can you see it will ask you that every time, do you want to create a result folder? You say no. You say temporary. Create temporary result folder. Now you run it. Now can you see the flight application has started, guys? Can you see the flight application has started, right? Now how will you close this application? How will you close this application? We have, so to close this application, see, no, it's not a website. It's a, remember, this tool can automate website plus Windows application. We are doing a Windows application automation. Yeah. So this application, when you have installed this UFT, if you go to your C drive, right? And then if you go to your program files, and then can you see that you have a folder called microfocus? Microfocus, can you see that? Inside microfocus, if you go unified functional testing, and inside there, if you go, you'll see there is a folder called samples. And inside sample, you have a flight application, right? And you will see flight GUI. So what I did, I copied the path first from here, and then put it here, and then I copy the flights GUI application name and put it there. You got it? So, and then I have written a code system util dot um, microfocus, and then your unified functional testing. Do you see unified functional testing? If you type U, mhm, then samples, mhm, samples, yeah. Mhm. Okay, now let's take a look here. Here, now I have opened this application, right? How will you close this application, right? So before I close it, let's say you want to wait 3 seconds. So this is how you wait here. Wait, you write wait, okay? And then after waiting 3 seconds, you want to close that process. So again, system util, right? System util dot. Can you see there is a process called close process by name? And what is the process name that you want to close? No. So this flight application, right? This flight application, if you go to your task manager, go to start task manager, and you will see that if you go to processes, you will see that there is a process called flights GUI. Can you see flights GUI? So this is the process I want to close. Whatever process you have started, what is the name of this? Flights GUI. Oh, flight application, and here flights GUI. Now you put it here. Now you run it again. So let me close it manually, and let me run it again. Run. You'll see it will be starting the flight GUI application. Started, and then it is waiting 3 seconds. And now after waiting 3 seconds, was it able to close the flight GUI application? No, it was not able to close the flight GUI application, right? So what I'll have to do, let me tell you, let me just try that flights GUI dot exe. Now let me run it. So 3 seconds it will be waiting here, and then after 3 seconds, now can you see flight GUI is closed? No longer flight GUI is there. So what I had to do when I'm closing the process, flights GUI.exe. Why? If you go to your task manager, and then if you go to processes, right? When you start this flight application, what you see in your process, can you see flights GUI.exe? So that's why you need to write that exe. Make sense? Okay. Now, before I close this, I'm going to do something. Now that is what you are going to learn. So username and password, right? Let me see what help is available there. Username and password related. Like we do not know what is the username and password, right? So I'm trying to get the username and password. So what we did so far, we have opened a Windows application, we have closed an Windows application. We have waited for a certain amount of time, right? So for opening application, what is the statement that we had to use? Util dot run. For closing the application, what is the file name we had to use? Systemutil dot close process by name, Let me see what is the. I think I will have a help there. There will be a help, right? Inside there, let me see index flights. So here flights. So this is the flight and web service, not web service. What is the username and password? So this is flight application. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I don't need to know I'm going to do something now that I do not need the user ID and password. I'm going to put a random user ID in this text box. I'm going to put a random password in this text box, and then I'm going to click on OK. You got it? So to do that, what you are going to do is, remember that I'm putting my cursor here, right? And then can you see there is a record menu here? And can you see record and run settings? Guys, see here, record and run settings. And inside record and run setting, can you see Windows application? So if you go to, can you see this record and run settings? And can you see Windows application? Now look here, I'll give you a chance to do it. Record, run test on any Windows based open application. So what I'm saying, that if an application is open, record and run on that application, whatever is open, okay? And then I'm going to say okay. Now if you click on run, actually record. Now can you see this application is open, right? I'm going to write a username here, test user, and I'm going to write a password here, test password. I'm going to click OK. So it is saying that incorrect username or password, right? That's fine. That was my goal. So I'm going to click OK here. That's it. I'm going to stop recording. Now, can you see it was able to record? Was it super difficult, like every step? Now, so this is your close. This is your close, and this is your open. This is your wait. Now, let me run this code. run. So now it is going to open this application. Now waiting 3 seconds. Can you see it? It has written. It was so quick that you are not even able to see, right? So what I'm going to do here in the action. So after I type user ID, right, I'll be waiting for 2 seconds, right? Yeah. And then here, after inputting uh, password, I'm going to wait 2 seconds. After inputting click OK, I'm going to wait 2 seconds. And before I close the application, I'm going to wait 2 seconds. Does it make sense? Now you run it. Look what is happening. I've input test user password. Now I'm going to click OK. Now I got the error message. Now I'm going to click on the, I'm going, can you see how it goes? One more thing, guys. So see here. Now this is your object. Up to this is your object. And then there is a method. Okay, do this method on this. So can you see up to this is your object. So what I'm going to do, copy this object and then I'm going to do a highlight here. Dot. There is a highlight method. I'm going to do a highlight. And then before I input anything on that password text box, this is my password object. I'm going to do a highlight on that dot highlight. And before I do a click on OK, right, I'm going to do a highlight dot highlight. Now if I run it, I'm going to run it one more time. You'll see what happens. Opening the application, waiting for 3 seconds. Can you see it is highlighting? Guys, highlighting, can you see? Yeah. Now it will be highlighting on that. Okay. Can you see how it, you understand up to this what I did? So I'll pause my recording here. I'll let you do up to this before I go. So whatever we did, let me give you a little bit more explanation here. So I have opened the application first by systemutil.run, waited for 3 seconds, and then I did some recording by going to recording option and then Windows application, and I said record and run test on any open application. You got it? So and then, so what it will do, your application will have to be opened to do the recording. If you open the application, it will be recording those steps as well, right? So and then I did some highlighting, I did some steps. Now you do it. See if you can do it if you have any difficulties. So basically we are automating, in the past we have automated web-based application. Now we are automating a Windows application to give you a feel like how Windows application looks like, how you can automate it. In Selenium you cannot do that. This is a limitation in Selenium because it's a free tool, but this UFT is a paid tool. So that's why you have a lot of functionality. Okay. All right. So let me pause my recording here so that you can practice up to whatever we did. Sounds good? Whatever we have installed, right? Now, can you see this is code view, right? This is called expert view. There are two views in UFT. Expert view, another one is keyword view. Okay. Now, can you see this three dot and three, this is small icon here? If you click on it, now can you see the view is different? Now this is called keyword view. So in UFT, how many view we have? Keyword view and expert view. So তুমি যখন এটার মধ্যে আবার ক্লিক করবা এটা আবার কিওয়ার্ড ভিউ, এক্সপার্ট ভিউতে চলে যাবে। কিন্তু তুমি যখন এখানে ক্লিক করবা এটা কি ভিউ নিয়ে আসবে? তুমি কি করছো? প্রথমে অ্যাপ্লিকেশন ওপেন করছো, তারপরে ওয়েট স্টেটমেন্ট দিছো, রাইট? তারপরে যে হাইলাইট করছো, তারপরে সবই এখানে আছে বাট এটা different format. Okay, now let me go back to keyword view. Now can you see in the record and run settings what we did in the record? We selected Windows application and then record and run on any open browser. What will happen if I do not want to, if I want to, if I want a specific application to open, how will you do that? Previously we recorded like the application was open and we did the recording. Now you want to open a specific application by this. So now I'm going to select record and run on only on applications opened by UFT application specified below, right? Now I'm going to say application, I'm going to bring a application. See guys, what is happening? Now I'm saying application is specified below. Record only on these application. Now what application? Click on plus and click on this dot dot dot. Where is this application? Guys, see what I'm doing. I'm going to go to my C drive. I'm going to go to my program files. I'm going to go to my microfocus folder, unified functional testing, and then what is the folder? Samples, flight application, right? And then this flight, open. All right, let me see what it was able to open. Can you see? Now I specifically said that I want to record on this application. Now I'm going to click OK and then click apply and then OK. Now you'll see what happens. If you click on record, right? If you click on record, you'll see that it will bring the application by itself. Let me stop it. Action. Now, if you do record, do I have, like I have this application, let me close it, right? Now, if I record it, now can you see? It was able to open the application if you type anything, right? And then if you stop recording, what is happening here? It is adding more code. Can you see underneath? Let me close, remove all of this code. Do I have any other code now? Now if you do the recording, let me close this application. Let me click on record. Now can you see it has opened the application, right? Now if you stop recording, you'll see that you do not have any code here. Do you have any code? Now let me close this application. Let me record it again. Now if you type here, let's say test user and click OK and then stop recording. Now can you see that it has typed test user, but now if you run it, look what is happening. If you run it now, can you see? First of all, it is opening the flight application and then it is typing test user. But do I have any code here to open the application? So how it is opening the application? It is opening the application from the record and run settings. We specifically said record and run only on we have given a path. So it will be when you record, it will be opening the application. When you run, it will be opening the application. So we can open the application by systemutil command and we can specify it in the record and run settings. You got it up to this? So I have recorded it. Okay. So that's all for today. I'll be sending you the recording and there will be a homework for you this week. Okay. I'll be sending you interview questions and the homework regarding this GUI application. And that's all for today. Let me stop recording. Thank you, guys.